Alright, all you delinquents. You ready to get this, the race of delinquents on? Track is set. Cars are set. Ready to do some drawing for the bracket. Let me switch this around so we can explain what's going on. There's the bracket up on the wall. The left side is numbered 1 through 8. We only have 7 players. The right side is numbered 9 through 16. The 7 players we have. We got Nick Deaver's car. That one. And that one. We have Scott Dunlap. With that car. That car. Then you have my cars. There and there. We have Marty France. There and there. His brother Adam France. There and there. Chris M.F. Wilson sent in 1 car. There. I had a couple cars built, so I put in another one for you, Chris. That one right there. I don't know how these run. I don't run my cars on the track when I'm running them at home. So everybody's got 2 cars, 2 chances to win. How I'm going to draw it is, I got the poker chips out again. Nobody's going to race against each other in the first rounds. I got poker chips 1 through 7 in the blue. I'll draw those first and go right down the line across here like this. And then in the back like that. Set the number in front of your guys' cars. And we'll race the ones on the right first, or the ones on the left first will go. The ones on the right will get the white chips. And those are number 9 through 15. These numbers will correspond with where you're going on the bracket. I'll run the left bracket. We'll advance. There's going to be a bye run. And then I'll advance that first one. And we'll go from there. And then we'll run the right side. There's going to be a bye run over there. And then when we get to the middle, the left side will be racing against the right side for the winner of this event. So, this is a winner take all. Winner of this event will get all the race cars. And you guys were sent in some carded entry fee cars. Here's the track. Mild track. Running in the 6th lane. Going to be running them in lane 4, lane 6. They'll transition from there to the track of sand. Had a little difficulties achieving this setup, but I was able to get it to hold to the fat track. After leaving the 2 orange lanes, the start of the sand race, you guys may be trading some paint. Heading on down to the finish line. Here's the finish line. First one's under the gate will be the winner of the race. My final call. If we have anything close and I can't make that decision, we'll run it again. It's going to be the best 2 out of 3 for the preliminary runs. Best 3 out of 5 for the final. Here's the carded cards that were sent in as a prize for the winner of this event, going along with all the race cars. So you'll not only get the race cars, you'll be getting these also. I got one more to add to this for the car that I put in for Chris. Let's get this race started. May the best car win. Here's the view. Let's have some fun, guys. All right. Let's draw these first numbers. Gonna drop the chips into the bucket. Shake them up. Rattle them up. Get them going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. They're in there. Rattle them up. All right. Push these aside here. Let's go. Nick, your number drawn. A number 6. Up next, we got Scott. Number 7. Next up, me. Number 3. Marty, you're next. Number 2. Adam. Number 1. And Chris. Number 4. So there's your lineup for the first race on the left-hand side. Let's get these written into the spot. Number 1, we got Adam. Adam. Number 2, Marty. Number 3, Chuck. Number 4, we got Chris. Number 5, whoa, wait a minute. Did we skip somebody here? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's still a chip in there. We only got 6 players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We only got 6 players. So, the 5's out of there. We go to number 6, which is Nick Devers. Nick Devers. Going up against number 7, Scott. Well, it looks like we're not going to have a bye run. We're going to get those to Adam versus Marty, Chuck versus Chris, and then Nick versus Scott. Alright, let's get this race going. First up, Adam and Marty. Odd lanes will go on the right. Even lanes will go on the left. We got Marty in lane 6. Adam in lane 4. Ready? On your mark. Get set. Go! Ah, there's a bad start. Let's start that over again. This is going well, guys. 4 o'clock in the morning doing this crap. On your mark. Get set. Go. And it looks like Marty took that one. Adam lost a little traction. Let's get him back up to the top. Alright. This time we got Adam in lane 6. Marty in lane 4. On your mark. Get set. Go. And Marty takes it again. Marty moves on. That was a pretty good race. You can hear them when they hit that sand. All right. Marty won that one. Let's move him on. Next up, we got Chuck versus Chris. Gotta find my cap, man. Chuck's going in lane 4. And Chris going in lane 6. Feeling pretty straight. On your mark. Get set. Go. Chris is in the lead and he takes it. Looks like my car didn't even make it to the finish line. Good run, Chris. Take Mike up to the top. Switch him out. Well, we didn't get near a beach, but we're in the sands of Las Vegas. If you can see that. It kind of blurs. It does say world famous Las Vegas. Alright. Chris is up 1 race. Switch up the lanes. Chris in 4. Chuck in 6. On your mark, get set, go. Chris has definitely got a lead there. And takes the win. Moves on. Nice car. Very cool. Chuck goes in the loser pile. Chris moves on. Alright. Next up, Nick versus Scott. Nick's going to take on the lane 4. Got them back wheels sitting up on top of the back of the track. Got to drop down. And he's going up against Scott. Alright. On your mark. Get set, go. Nick's got the lead. Swerves over and blocks off Scott, and they both slide through the finish line. Nick's front end goes through first. Nick, you got 1 in. Let's take it back top. Switch him around. This time we got Scott going in lane 4. Nick on the outside lane in lane 6. On your mark. Get set. Go. Scott's in the lead and passes him in. Yeah, Scott's got one. We got a tie going on here, guys. All right. Back to the top. The original lanes. Get Scott in lane 6. Nick, you're in lane 4. Get him in there straight. Right down the middle. On your mark. Get set, go. Alright, we got a false start there. Nick's kind of hung up. Scott did pass the line, but in good sportsmanship, let's take these drag racers back up to the top and run them one more time. Looks like Nick likes to get all over in that sand, crossing from one side to the next. Try this one more time. Scott, you in 6. Nick, you are in 4. Try to get him straight. Alright. On your mark. Get set. Go. Ooh, not a good one. Hanging up here a little bit. In there straight. Wheels not touching. On your mark. Get set, go. You got a good start. Whoa, that one was close. That one was close. Too close to call. We got to run them one more time, and I'm going to switch the lanes up again. That was a good race, fellas. Real close. I think we needed a camera down there on the finish line. Get some slow-mo. Alright, Nick, you in lane 6. Scott, you're in lane 4. On your mark. Get set, go. Good start. And we got Scott cutting off Nick. And they slide through with Scott going past the flags first. Scott, you take this one and you move on. Nick, you gotta go back to the shop, buddy. Alright, Scott moves on. Get him up on this board. Alright. Here's where we're gonna have a bye. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take Marty, Chris, and Scott. I'm going to put the chips back in the bucket, 1 through 7. Mix them all up. Highest number is the lucky draw and gets the bye. So there's number 5 in there. And we'll take all the other chips, throw them back in there in the bucket. Now we have Marty, we have Chris, we have Scott. So here's your players. There's your chips. High number gets the bye. The bucket back there. Marty, you're drawing first. And you get a 7. You might as well get the bye because they only go through 1 through 7. So Marty's going to get the bye. Chris got a 2. And Scott got a 5. So first up, we're gonna have Chris and Scott. Marty gets the bye. So here's what I gotta do. I'll set this phone down. Marty gets the bye. He moves forward. Marty. Chris got a 2. Scott got a 5. Scott was high, so Scott will go in this slot. I'm going to put Chris here. All right. So there's your lineup. Scott versus Chris. We got Scott going in lane 4. Chris in lane 6. Get him square, get him straight. On your mark, get set, go. Scott's got the lead, and he pulls it off. Scott up. 1 run. Let's switch out the lanes. We put Scott in lane 6. Chris in lane 4. Get him in there square. No wheels touching. On your mark. Get set. Go. Scott takes the jump. He's in the lead. Crosses the finish line first. Scott moves on. Chris, you're sitting out. But I got another car running for you, buddy. Still got a chance. All right. And here we go. Scott won that one. Next up, for the final of the left side, we got Marty going against Scott. Marty, you're going to be in lane 4. Scott, you're going to be in lane 6. Some good running cars. All right, on your mark, get set, go. Scott's got the jump. Oh, and he inches across the line. I think we had some, well, they can't say fender benders because they ain't got no fenders. But they both crossed backwards. All right, Scott, you got one. Let's take him back up to the top. This time, Marty, you're in lane 6. Scott, you're in lane 4. On your mark, get set, go. Scott's got the jump. Whoa! Very close, very close. Need the camera down here on the finish line. I can't call it from the top. We're going to run it again, but them guys were running all over the beach. Every which way. Back to the top, switch them out. This time we got Marty in lane 4 again. Scott in lane 6. Line them up square. On your mark. Scott's got one up. Get set. Go. Scott's taking the jump. And he crosses the line first this time. Scott moves on. Marty, you're sitting back with this one. All right. That was a semi-final qualifier. Scott, you're moving on to the finals. All right. Next up, we need to draw for the right side of the track, right side of the bracket. Get rid of these blue chips. And we'll pick up the white chips. Well, we only need 6. We got 6 players. I thought we had 7. But we got 6. We had Nick, Scott, Chris, Marty, Adam, and me. 6. So, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. We don't need this 15 number. There you go, 6 chips. Into the bucket they go. There's your semi-final contender on the left side of the bracket. Here's your next racers. Nick Devers, Scott Dunlap, Chuck McCorry, Marty France, Adam France, and Chris M.F. Wilson. In a borrowed car. That don't matter. All right. Let's get this thing going. There we go. Let's draw some chips. Nick, you're going to be in slot 12. Scott, slot 10. Chuck, slot 9. Got Marty, slot 14. Adam, slot 11. And Chris, slot 13. There's your lineup. Let's get them going, get them written up there. All right, here we go. In 9, we got Chuck. In 10, we got Scott. In 11, we got Adam. Slot number 12, Nick Devers. Number 13, Chris. Number 14, Marty. All right, there's your first round lineup. Chuck versus Scott, Adam versus Nick, and Chris versus Marty. Let's get some more racing going on, guys. Scott was the winner here. Let's see who he faces on this side of the track. He could be running against himself. All right, first up, In lane 4, Chuck. Going up against Scott. Get this thing right in the center there. On your mark. Get set. Go. Close race. Scott cuts Chuck off and goes through the flags. Scott's up 1. All right, let's switch them out. It's time to put Scott in lane 4, Chuck in lane 6. Line them bad boys up straight. Let's see if we can get Scott in here without any conflict with the rails. On your mark. Get set. Go! Scott gets the jump. He's in the lead. And he crosses the finish line before Chuck. Good racing, Scott. That's an awesome car you built there. I tell you what, the only thing Hot Wheel is the base. Maybe some modified wheels. Very cool car. Very cool car. All right. Scott moves on. Chuck is down. Get him up here on the sheet. We got Scott. All right. Next up, Adam in lane 4. Nick in lane 6. All right, here we are. Nice and straight. On your mark. Get set. Go. Adam's got the lead. And he crosses the line first. Adam, I think you gapped Nick's car by about 4. Let's take him up to the top. Switch him out. One more time. Nick in 4. Adam in 6. Line them up straight. On your mark. Get set. Go. Looks like, oh, Adam spins out in the sand and Nick takes the lead and goes through the flags and ties it up. 1 race to 1. That was some cool racing there. That sand can get slick. Nick's got the knobby tires. Kept him running straight. Where Adam had them smooth tires. Got him spinning in the sand. Alright. Here we go. Adam in lane 4. Nick in lane 6. On your mark, get set, go. Adam gets the jump. Gets through the flags. Nick tried to cut him off, slam him into the water. Alright, good racing. Adam moves on. Nick, you're down in the dumps, man. Let's get Adam going here. It's kind of hard to write and film at the same time. Next up, we got Chris in lane 4. We got Chuck. Wait, no, we got Chris in lane 4, Marty in lane 6. Oh, I know why I said Chuck. because Chris is borrowing Chuck's car. That's alright, man. Take it to the winner's circle. On your mark. Get set. Go. Whoa! Chuck swerves over. Cuts off Marty. Chuck, no! That was Chris. Chris swerves over, cuts Marty off, goes through the flag for win number 1. Take him back up to the top. Run him one more time. Chris in lane 6 with Chuck as his co-pilot. Alright, here we go. Marty in 4. On your mark. Get set. Go. Looks like Marty's got that one and he's through the gate. Marty takes the win. We got a tie. We need a tiebreaker. Back to the top. Swap them out. That was a clean race. Nobody trying to cut nobody off. Alright. We got Chris in lane 4. Driving the City Park Special. And we got Marty in lane 6. The winner of this race moves on. On your mark. Get set. Go. Chris is ahead, cuts him off, slams him, and goes through the finish line first. Chris in the City Park Special moves on. Bye-bye, Marty. All right. We got him going here now. Chris, you're moving ahead. All right, same as before. We're gonna have a bye run. We got Scott, Adam, and Chris. We got Scott. We got Adam. And we got Chris. I'm gonna take the chips. Throw them in the bucket. High number gets the bye. The winner of that race. Move on. Here we go, guys. Let's draw. Lucky number. High number gets the bye. First one up, Scott. You got a 12. And then we got Adam, you're next. 14. I think that'll probably do it. And then Chris, you're drawing a number 9. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Adam, you got the bye. So, take Scott over here. Chris over here. We got Adam moving on here with the bye. And then the next up we got Scott with the next highest. And then we got Chris. Alright guys. That's the way it goes. Next race, Scott versus Chris. Scott, you're going up in lane 4. First time down. Chris in the City Park Special. Lane 6. On your mark. Get set. Go. It's a close race. City Park's ahead. Chris pulls through. Takes race number 1 against Scott. Get back up to the top. This time we got Chris in lane 4. We got Scott in lane 6. On your mark. Get set. Go. Close race. Chris ahead and goes through. Chris moves on. Scott, your jalopy just has to sit out. Got really close there, buddy. But Chris, moving ahead. Going to be facing Adam in the semifinal. We got Adam versus Chris. All right, here we go, guys. Semifinal. We got Adam in lane 4. Chris in lane 6. On your mark. Get set. Go. Chris is ahead. Whoa! Adam tried to cut him off. Chris goes through the flags first. Good running, Chris. Take him back up to the top. This time we got Adam in lane 6. We got Chris in lane 4. On your mark. See if we can get this thing to focus in better. Get set. And go. Chris is ahead. And he goes through the flags first. Chris in the City Park Special moves on to the finals. Nice racing, guys. All right. In the final race, we have Scott versus Chris. The best. 3 out of 5. Here are your racers. We got Scott in lane 4. We have Chris in the City Park Special in lane 6. Get him square. On your mark. Race number 1 for the finals of the Race of Delinquents. Get set. Go. Scott's got the jump on him. And he goes through the flags to take race number 1. Gets a little squirrely in them sand. Them cars go everywhere. I think Scott's car's got a little advantage. He put some money into it. A nickel. Money is power. Power is money. This time we got Chris in the City Park Special. Going up against Big Money Scott for race number 2. Let's get a tie going. Chris in 4. Scott in 6. On your mark, get set, go. Oh, that is really close. I could not call that one. That was really close. Good racing, guys. Good racing. Take them back up to the top. Switch them out. We got Scott with... No. Who won that first race? Was it Chris? Was it Scott? I believe it was Chris. Well, we'll review later. All right. I believe it was Scott. I think Scott took that first race. And we'll check it out. This time we got Scott going back in lane 4. Chris in 6. On your mark, get set, go. Scott's got the jump. And Chris goes through. Chris goes through. Chris takes a win there. I believe we got a tie, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll review that all at the end. Here we go. Scott's going in lane 6. Chris in lane 4. I'm calling it 1 win each till the judges review the end. On your mark, get set, go. We got another close race. Woohoo! Scott spins out at the end and Chris goes through the flags. Chris is up 2-1. Take him back up top. Switch him out. You guys still can't read that Las Vegas with them lights shining. Pretty neat sign. All right. We got Scott in lane 4. We got Chris in lane 6. Chris up 2-1. Could he win it and take it? We'll let the judges decide. Can Scott tie it up? On your mark. Get set. Go. Scott's got the lead. And he spins, but he goes through first. We have a tie race. We have a tie running in the finals. These guys are battling it out. Even with that first race undecided, we've got a tie race. So we're going to call this one on this next run. We've got... We're going to put Scott in lane 6. Chris in lane 4. The winner of this will be the champion of the race of Delinquents and take home the prize. On your mark, get set, go. Scott's in the lead, hit the sand, and he's through the flag right in front of Chris. Woohoo! Nice build, Scott. Chris, better luck next time. But we have ourselves a delinquent winner. All right, all right, all right. And this is what we got. We got Scott Dunlap's Sand Buggy. All right, the winner of the race of Delinquents. Woohoo! All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. We got the race of Delinquent. Winner is Scott. Alright, woo! I might do a few more races with these guys a little later. Match up some that didn't get to race. And I'll post a video. Get these cars sent out to you, Scott. Congratulations. Until next time, don't let any bully kick sand at ya. Later, dudes. Race on.